Hey everyone, it's Joker here, and I'm today going to be doing a video just on the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War perks and how to get the best out of your loadouts, just running through those perks, and also to take a look at if there's any there that can help you a bit with the camouflage challenges as well. So we'll go to the loadout, okay, and we'll just go straight through to create a class. Ignore some of these, like I say, challenges, long shot camo is what I've been doing. And we'll go through and we'll talk in the custom classes. So, got your normal weapon selections, tactical, and your lethal equipment there, and then also your field upgrades as well. So today we're just specifically doing perks and wild cards, and I'm going to start on the wild cards, which I think start to be unlocked by level 12. Forgive me, because it was sort of first day of release that I sort of went through and grinded most of this through. Big hopeful, and I noticed as well the weapon XP was quite slow back then. It does look like they've finally fixed that after the Nuketown release, which is good, because yeah, it was taking me, I think, for me to max my XM4, it pretty much took me to level 50 or 55 prestige to run in. So the actual level up was working alongside the the weapon XP, which is ridiculous. It's still not that great because my AK is not done, but it's getting there. So we'll go into the wild cards first. So these wild cards can change your game. They're sort of like an overset. It's really, you choose what you can play with here, and this does actually affect your loadout. So the first one is danger close. And this just gives you, as you probably saw on the previous page, it just gives you an extra bit of equipment for each your support and your aggressive equipment. So that's like your frag grenades, and support is stun or medi shot. So it drops you with two of each. But the tactical side, that is, I believe, only works for the stun grenades, smoke grenades. If you attach a medi syringe, I don't think it's like Modern Warfare, you only get one on that side. So just make sure and be careful there. And it also gives you a little bit of extra ammo. So I've used danger close for when I've been trying to level up the knife or any gun or weapon, especially the grenade launcher as well. I've used danger close because I've found that, especially on smaller maps, dropping with 2 smoke grenades, and smoke grenades are the easiest I've found, especially with the knife. Smoke grenades on Nuketown, pretty easy. That is the best way for you to be able to get kills within that level. Stun grenades and flash you can do. You're more than welcome to try if that's what you prefer. I've just found if you're sort of getting used to the game, smoke grenades help you a little bit more to get those kills and get quicker grind there. So I switch to danger close if I'm doing that. But to be honest, I don't really use this perk, and I've not used this perk in multiplayer unless I'm, like I say, trying to grind out those camouflage challenges. It's just not overly worth it. The next one is Lawbreaker. This is pretty much, it's your overkill of Modern Warfare. So if you played Modern Warfare, overkill and Lawbreaker are the same perk, where instead of having a second weapon such as a knife or the grenade launcher as such that we've been using, or pistol, you actually get to put a second perk in. So you get an assault rifle, and you get a sniper rifle or shotgun or whatever you want to put in there. Actually, I think the shotguns are without that perk, but we'll check that in a minute. So if we went to Lawbreaker, just a quick one here, select that, you can get all of those through. Yeah, so the shotguns are standard one on your secondaries, but it does give you that option anyway. Pointless having overkill on and choosing a secondary, but if you want to run an assault or submachine gun, and then I don't know why you'd run a light machine gun and a assault rifle or tactical rifle alongside each other, but if you're going for kills or ranking, then that's fine. And then your sniper rifle here. So usually I would run, if I was trying to level these up, you see the low levels here, I'd select MP5 as my first, it's coming down to secondary, and then I'd have my sniper rifle on here as well. So I'd have the sniper rifle for long range, and then I'll just switch to my MP5 just to get those closer range kills, or if it gets a bit busy in an area, because you don't want to be stuck sniping. As you can see by the levels, I've not touched these. So, okay, so we'll go back to the wild cards there. So yeah, so Lawbreaker, you can pretty much equip two weapon classes in there. So again, quite useful if you're probably taking multiplayer a bit more seriously. You're going for kills, you're not going, or you want to rank up your sniper rifle, but at the same time you know you're not strong enough to run the sniper rifle and a shotgun. Just too slow. Sometimes you just need that extra bullet speed, that bullet velocity to just get you through it. Okay, so the next one, and these are two new ones that they've actually introduced for Black Ops. The next one is Gunfighter. And Gunfighter is quite a cool one because what it allows you to do is, where you've got your usual, just show you here, you've got your usual 5 weapon slots. It actually allows, and it gives you an additional 3, I think it is 3 from there. So it gives you an additional 3 slots to add on. So you can, if you want, make, and I'll use my XM4 because this is the one I've maxed here. You can actually make quite a sort of powerful attachments here if you want to do. I mean, to me, honestly, it's a bit overkill. I've not found it useful. But if you're someone who is struggling a bit with recoil and you want to get a bit more in, then definitely that's one to use. So I think we'll just chuck the VLK on there. We'll see. We'll probably get a bit of a boost in the weapons. We'll use the agency suppressor, and then just get the task force on here. Again, I don't tend to use lasers. I'm not a fan of those. Just trying to look at the best ones to sort of go. So we get an infiltrator on there for speed. This isn't a loadout, by the way. This isn't a best XM4 piece. This is just kind of showing you what you can run. And basically, you've got, so that would be a standard loadout. You can then add on your next 3. So basically, it just allows you to select everything on here. So it just allows you to every bit there put through. It doesn't, though, from what I understand, it doesn't allow you to. You can't have 2 of each. So you couldn't have 2 muzzles, and that's pretty obvious. But essentially, this perk, again, the reason I kind of find it limited and not that great to use is because all you're really doing for the perk is you're basically saying, I want to be able to use every single one of my attachments on that gun. Only locks you to 1 weapon as well. So if we go back here, you can't select a secondary. You've only got your choice of pistols, shotguns, launchers, your knife, or your M79 there. So it does limit you. I don't know why you'd want that overpower, unless again some clever person, which there will be, figures out that they can actually break a gun by putting this in. And if they integrate these perk cards into Warzone, it probably will break it, because there's going to be some that are so overpowered going on those lines. So definitely there. Probably one if they do bring it across, but if they just bring across the guns again, not so great. But yeah, this one I don't use too much. I'd be surprised if you do. I think you're probably looking at, like I say, 5 is good. 5 seems to be the best from there. I mean, you're only adding on like a tac laser and then some more speed or accuracy. But again, check some other videos for the best builds if you're using the 8 attachments on Gunfighter. Now, the last wild card that we're going to go through, and we'll go through this before, is the perk Greed. Okay, tell me off. So there, yeah. So it won't even allow you to switch out on that. So this one, this is probably the most useful perk. So what it allows you to do is it allows you to equip an additional perk from each field in here. So I would say if you're going to use this, definitely this is the one for the multiplayer. I think this is unlocked quite late on in your first initial ranking, so it's like a level 50. or level 47 onwards. It's definitely higher up, but once you've got it, you'll find that you'll be using this a lot more. So yeah, so that one's definitely, I think, to be fair, as soon as I unlocked that, I switched to it. I haven't switched back. The only time I did was when I was running Nuketown and I wanted 2 tactical weapons, so I could just throw in smoke grenades and get that level of launch there. So yes, that's really this is my main running one for multiplayer. So what we'll do now is we'll go through each individual perk and what it can do for you, and then we'll see from there. Okay, so we're going to perk 1, and usually you'd only be able to select 1. Because we selected the perk greed, we can select 2 from there. So the first one that you unlock is the engineer, which is detecting enemy equipment and score streaks through walls, and you can also see enemy score streaks on your mini map. So, and re-roll care packages as well. So you can throw out, if you've got the care packages equipped on there, you can utilise that a bit more. So the engineer skill, the most useful bits for it, and especially when I first started playing multiplayer, I really found this one helpful, because it picks up your proximity mines, the bouncing betties, your claymores, and also like the radars. So where someone throws a radar down as tactical equipment, you can sense that, blow it up, get the enemy down. Also SAM turrets, so the amount of my UAVs that have been destroyed because of that perk, because someone can see it. SAM turret shows you, so you can look for a SAM turret on the battlefield, and then what that will do is you'll be able to blow that up and it won't crush your UAV or anything else there. So it's quite a useful perk. It also what's good is it shows you, so with Treyarch, their kill streaks, it's not kill streaks, it's score streaks on this. So what they show you is someone who's on a score streak, so who's on 1 or more kills, still alive and not had death. Now what it does on the mini-map is it shows you the enemy, but it also shows a crosshair or a plus sign, best way to say it, over that circle dot. What that does is if you kill them on your UAV or using your field radar, if you kill them, you get extra points. So it's quite useful in those early stages. If you're going for those scores, going for those ranks, you'll get more XP from getting those people. Paranoia, I'll be honest, I don't really use this one. Hear an alert when an enemy aims at you, and your vision pulses if the enemy is outside of your view. So if you're not looking at that area there, so if on my screen, like you can see at the moment, anywhere on this screen, if someone pointed a gun at me, I'd get an alert, and then my vision would pulse if someone's about to shoot me in the back. Again, I don't really use it. I don't find it adds much to my game. It's probably, you're probably sitting there going, how did that guy know I was about to shoot him from behind? And he just turned around and 360 scoped me. He's probably running Paranoia. So I guess if you're doing it for a bit of content or you want something there, then Paranoia's probably your best bet on it. Again, not one that I use so much. For Flak Jacket. Okay, so this is one, if you're just starting out, this, I think this comes to sort of mid-range as well, mid-level, but this is helpful, as in any Flak Jacket, so you don't take as much damage from explosives. It's pretty much EOD on Modern Warfare. So this is one where at the start of the game, every time that you run out, especially small maps like Nuketown, you run out, you're running in, and you run straight into a Semtex or an enemy frag grenade, it blows you up, you swear. This stops it, gives you a save. You'll find as well when you're throwing grenades at people and it explodes, you'll find that when it does the damage, it will show as an actual Flak Jacket, as like a, almost looks like a bulletproof vest, when it shows the damage you've done, so you know that they're running Flak Jacket. So if you're running M79, hit them with another shot, or if you've got 2 grenades, throw that second grenade, should get them. But yeah, that initial grenade just it helps you survive. Very useful, especially for the Semtex and the blind grenades. I don't think it saves you from napalm, but it does from the Molotov cocktails, and also the score streak, which is the combat bow that fires flaming arrows. I don't see that used a lot. I have seen that used at the start of multiplayer. I haven't seen it used a lot since, so I don't think that's one to worry about. But the flak jacket, big one if you want to take less damage from grenades. Tactical mask, again, pretty much says what it does on the tin. This one, it pretty much just slows down your delays for flashbang and stun grenades and gas grenades. So if someone throws a gas grenade at you, you're absolutely fine, and you can be in that gas and have no effect. Really useful. The flashbang and stun, it just lowers, I think, the second count on how much it blinds you, so you can still sort of operate. So I think as you level up, your most important ones there are flak jacket and tactical mask, really, depending on how you want to utilise that. I'll be honest, I haven't seen many people attack aggressively with the secondary side. I'd probably get flashed once or twice a game, or stunned once or twice a game. It's not a lot. So again, take it with you as you want. But if you're using the perk greed, and you're not doing camouflage challenges, then these two are quite good. If you need to, I think there is a camouflage where you need to get shots when you're stunned. Then you just put tactical mask on and just wait for people to throw stuff at you. Main one you get a lot of, just going on the camouflage bit again, that I forgot to mention on engineer. There is a score streak which is destroy enemy score streaks, or enemy equipment, and engineer pretty much just gets you to do that in 2 or 3 games, because everybody will drop their secondary equipment, whether that's a field pack, a mini radar, SAM turret. They're all there, so that's your key one there. And then forward intel, so see indicators for enemy reinforcements on your minimap, and the minimap shows a larger area. I did have this on. I switched it off because I didn't notice on smaller maps enough when I was playing Nuketown 24/7. Bit better on Miami and that side, because you can kind of see people from there. I didn't really, when I was playing, and again, I didn't really notice the indicators of when the enemy were respawning and coming through, so I didn't really pick up on that. Most of the time, the spawning now on the Black Ops maps, they're so far away, you're very unlikely to be, unless you're camping, naughty. You're very unlikely to be in the respawn area there unless you run the map. So again, forward intel, I haven't used it yet properly. If I find it's actually a good ability and it works, I'll definitely switch it on and make a video and show everybody how that's used. But yeah, so that's pretty much perk 1 in the set. So we'll move on to perk 2, and we've got, to start with, I think it's unlocked in the first sort of level 10, is Assassin. So this one here is enemies that appear on your minimap when shooting or revealed by a spy plane will have a crosshair indicated or a red dot if they are on a kill streak. Receive extra score for taking them down. So very similar to the sort of the engineer perk there. So this one again shows it shows that circle and that crosshairs for you, so you're able to locate that. So this is quite helpful on a UAV if you want to ruin people's days and start taking away score streaks, because it shows them with that little plus sign over their circle, and they can get through there. And you actually get extra points if you take them down on this, so you actually get extra points on your score streak. So if you're running Assassin, you'll probably find that your score streaks, your kill streaks, as in Modern Warfare, actually ramp up quicker if you're hunting them down. So it's quite a useful one to start with. I enjoyed this one, using it, because it was good as well to see, and also it was good to stop those guys getting in the helicopter and absolutely destroying our team. So Gearhead, reduce field upgrade cooldown and store up to 2 field upgrade charges. Again, this one's not one I tend to use a lot of. I would say if you're going to use it, it's probably where you want to run it with either your ammo pack, which I think is the field pack. So basically, that would allow you to drop, constant refilled packs there. It does, one of the other perks does kind of make that option irrelevant if you select it. But yeah, if you needed more ammo from there, you could do that. They also go quicker. Best ones to probably run it with are SAM turret. If you keep finding that the enemy, every game you're in, they seem to be just getting so many aerial kill streaks. Doesn't happen every game, but there have been ones where I've been stuck with with 2 helicopters and a UAV. So getting some SAM turrets down is pretty decent, and it takes those out. The other one to use, which the most that I've used gearhead with, is the field mic. So this is a great one. This is sort of like a mini radar. You throw the field mic down, and it shows you, I think it's around 30 meters out. So it's pretty much like a heartbeat sensor, but once you throw it down, it stays down, and it actually shows you on, like, heats up on a UAV on your map. So when the enemy come in, you can see them. It doesn't tell you whether they're up or down, but it does tell you they're in that area, which is really useful. So the most I got out of this perk was having 2 field mics and dropping one side where their circles are, and then hiding one the other side, and I had sort of a full overside view of what I could see from the enemy. So I actually had quite a good allowance of area of map when they came in to know where they were. So that was pretty useful for me. So I found that definitely one to try. Again, you can put disruptors in there as well on your gearhead and frustrate the enemy team. But yeah, totally up to you. Scavenger, I pretty much run this all the time in multiplayer. It's very helpful. Pick up ammo from dead players. So just run over the player and you'll pick those up. It's great for when you're trying to get kill streaks. How many times have you're on your 4th kill of your assault rifle, you need to get 5 without dying, and you've got no ammo. So this one's pretty much a lifesaver to get on, and it's great because it also works with the secondary. So for example, the M79 launcher can store up to 3 grenades. Use Scavenger, run over, and you can get your 3 kill streak without dying. So Scavenger for that on the M79 kill streak, to get 3 kills in a row with the M79 without dying, you need Scav on. You need that Scavenger perk on. To be honest, I pretty much see everyone running it, and I would always recommend it. Okay, Quartermaster, recharge equipment over 25 seconds. So again, it's pretty much like restock from Modern Warfare. So this one just replenishes your tactical and your lethal equipment over the time period. It's pretty useful if you're trying to do smoke grenades. Not so useful in Nuketown, because you'll probably find that in most players as well, you'll probably die quicker than that 30 seconds because it's such a condensed map and you're sort of pushing all the time. Larger maps, if you're looking to get people to get kills with your tactical equipment, then Quartermaster's probably your better bet, because you're going to be having breaks from each engagement, and you're definitely going to get that recharge time to appear. But yeah, I don't think on that one there's not much else that I've really used on there that's let's go through. Nuketown, it took too long. I found that I was actually sitting there waiting when I could have got 2 more kills, or at least 3 more kills on it. So and that was with me running the knife and a tactical, the assault rifle. I just couldn't wait long enough. It was better for me to sort of go push, get those 2 kills with a knife, go back and push again, to make the most of it. Tracker perk. So this one's useful, not so useful. Again, larger maps really. You basically see the enemy's footprints in red, and it shows you where they've run to. If you know the multiplayer maps really well, again, you probably won't need this because you'll know where they're camping or where they're in a corner. It's only useful if you get in a firefight and someone runs away. You want to kind of see where they've gone to. Even then, it doesn't really help you, but it's a good little indication. Probably more use on Warzone. I've seen it used less and less in Warzone lately, but again, multiplayer, if you know the maps, you know where you are. If you do struggle with the maps and do struggle with that, then Tracker's a good one to go and chase, but don't take the footsteps for gospel, because you can run in and you can still run into a hail of bullets there as well. So it's pinch of salt, that one. Okay, so perk threes, some of my favourite. Gun ho. Fire your weapon and use equipment while sprinting. This one, I'll read the rest as well, sorry. So move at full speed when reloading, switch weapons faster, take less damage from falling, fire more accurately while sliding. This one, there is so many bits that I've just read out that will help you with the camouflage or anything with that. just I run this all the time. This is my definite. If anything, it's probably one of the more overpowered perks in this list. You fire your weapon and use equipment while sprinting. You know, that is in its essence. If you're sprinting and shooting, and especially if you're sprinting and shooting sideways, you're a lot harder to hit than you're going to be. But it is, yeah, it's great. And also running and throwing those tactical equipment is excellent as well. I've won a lot of battles that way. And yeah, moving full speed while reloading, fantastic. Your amp is pretty much running the amps as well, where you switch weapons faster, less fall damage. You know, for those of us like Stone Mountain that can't do our landings, and I've done a few of those this week. And then fire more accurately when sliding. Now, if there's camouflage, I know there's the knife one, which again, you know, that's not that great. But again, firing your weapon and going through on that on sliding is a camouflage challenge, and you can do it. So definitely one that I would always equip. Very helpful. Ghost. So anyone who's played this year's Black Ops knows that they've made a little change to Ghost. Probably because of the amount of people sitting in a toilet waiting to get you on Warzone. We've all done it. So yeah, this is undetectable by enemy spy planes whenever you're moving, planting or defusing bombs or controlling score streaks. The moving bit, pretty obvious. You've got to keep moving. If you stand still, they'll pick you up on the UAV. It's when you move. Planting or defusing bombs for those search or destroy guys that need it. And controlling score streaks. This one is actually quite helpful, especially if you're using the cruise missiles, because you can quickly throw the cruise missiles down while the enemy have a UAV, take them out, and you don't show on the radar. So when you flip your laptop up and go into control, for the longer score streaks, it's a bit harder to hide from there. But again, very helpful, this one, for use from that side. Cold-blooded. AI score streaks will not target you. Player-controlled score streaks will not highlight you, and you don't show up on thermal. So this one, and so yeah, if players are in vehicles, they won't see your nameplate, and you're also immune to flashlight attachments. Okay, so this one, quite a lot on here, information-wise. AI-controlled score streaks won't target you. So if someone throws a VTOL jet in, it won't hit you. It won't go for you. Very useful. The amount of times I've been destroyed by just a jet or a helicopter sitting over there. Believe it also makes you invisible to the cruise missiles. Player controlled score streaks will not highlight you. Again, if they're in the helicopter and the chopper and they're gunning you down, it's quite a useful one to have on, because otherwise you do tend to get pinged. Yeah, you're not shown on thermal, so if anyone who's not aware of that one, basically when you glow on the thermal, on this you just show normal, so you don't show any heat pattern at all. The players in vehicles, pretty obvious, just your nameplate doesn't show above your head. I think that's not for any maps, that is for the Dirty Bomb and the Dirty Bomb playlist even, and the larger play sets. And then immune to flashlight attachments. Again, I've not really come up to most people who are using flashlight attachments on there and showing better through. But yeah, you'll probably just appear a bit darker on that and not lit up. I've not used the flashlight attachments myself. I can't think that one's a big one. More about not getting destroyed by the enemy helicopter kill streak is a good one for that. Ninja. So this one, sprint more quietly. Pretty much exactly as it says. It just sounds like you're not moving furniture when you're running through that building, so that's quite helpful. Resistance to field mic. So where I was talking earlier about the two extra bits of tactical equipment, field mic, you run through, nobody can see you on it. Quite useful. And then speak only when necessary. So for anyone who's been playing a lot of multiplayer, a lot of Call of Duty, you can actually find out, especially, you know, Warzone and a bit of Cold War, you can find out the enemy's location by the things they say. And that's like trophy system planted, and the players sometimes just yell out general quips. yours won't do that if you're selecting ninja. I have managed to get a few kills on people, the drop on people, because their character has said, going into we got that one, or we've captured this base, or close to winning, and you know, I've turned around and shot them. So definitely a good one on there to use. Spycraft. So again, not one that I've really used, but if you find that you're getting constantly hit by proximity mines or gas mines, then yeah, definitely one for you. But this is essentially Spycraft. You can hack enemy equipment, enemy field upgrades, immune to counter spy plane, jammer, tracker and paranoia, won't trigger proximity mines or gas mines, booby trap, enemy care packages. Okay, so quite a lot here. So you can hack enemy field upgrades. So the field upgrades there is like your what we said, your SAM turrets, your field mic. So you can go in and switch them over to yours. So if someone's got a SAM turret, they've just destroyed your UAV, if you're running this, you can go over and get your own back and switch that around. So it's quite useful there. It also makes you immune to counter spy planes and the jammer and tracker and paranoia. So this kind of kills ninja a bit, just by that your tracker doesn't appear there. Sorry, no, it's not tracker, is it? Tracker perk, which is the footsteps, ignore me, not the field mic, and paranoia. So what this Spycraft does, this one's you're probably ghost on steroids. So if someone throws a jammer down and jams your map on on the enemy team, you see it fine. You don't see any blurs. It doesn't bother you. If someone throws down the jammer, it does the same thing as a counter spy plane. Doesn't bother you. Tracker, if they're running tracker, they can't see your red footprints. You don't appear. And also paranoia, if you're looking to shoot that player in the back, no 360 no scopes going that way for you. You're not going to alert them. Okay, so you're getting a bit more. This is, like I say, ghost on steroids. This one. You won't trigger proximity mines or gas mines. Well, hey, there you go. So you just run through. Who cares? You know, that guy's just died. He's just dropped a proximity mine to get you. Or no, you. And then booby trap enemy care packages. So this is the biggest trolling you can probably do on this game. It's up there with nicking the enemy care package and using it against them. When they drop a care package, you can put a bomb on it. And then when the enemy pick that up, it kills them instead of giving them that score streak. There is a lot of satisfaction there because care packages do appear on all maps. So you do see that. As soon as the enemy drops a care package, it's there. If you can get to it and plant a booby trap, ho 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 my friend, it is Christmas early for you. So definitely that's one to go there. So that is all of the perks and the wild cards just in this section. So I like to say, I hope you appreciate the video. I hope it helps some of you newer players that are coming in that aren't too sure. Please, like I say, leave comments in the section there. Also, I live stream on Facebook every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. If you could go over, the link is in the description. I would love a follow. If you could just follow, just follow, like and subscribe. Do the usual, help support my channel, newly started, and yeah, enjoying the journey. So thanks all, peace out, take care.